My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. Hey y'all, so today's video is pretty straightforward. It's basically a reckoning that has been split into two separate videos. So I had a big pile of PR that I needed to reckon with, stuff that's either been in the purgatory box for a while or stuff that never even went into the purgatory box because I knew without even opening it or trying it that I didn't want to keep it. So I took that pile of PR and I did a little pre-video reckoning and I separated it into two piles. In this video, I'm going to present the pile of stuff that I reckoned with and decided not to keep. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. So first up, I have these two bottles of conditioner that were given to me at BeautyCon. And I sometimes do keep hair conditioning products, even though I don't really condition my hair. I wash my hair with usually a texturizing shampoo, if I can get my hands on one, once every week or 10 days, and then that's it, because I don't really want my hair to be silky and flowy and brushable. I want it to be gritty and piecey and tangled, basically, because the tangles help me get that volume, that messiness that I so enjoy. So conditioner isn't really for me. I definitely wouldn't be going through like a full bottle of conditioner like this, and I know that so many people love conditioner and go through a ton of it. It just makes total sense to give these two bottles away. This Ion Color Defense Intense Moisture Conditioner is specifically for color-treated hair, so that's even more of a reason not to keep it, because my hair is currently in its natural state. And this Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula conditioner with biotin, blah, 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 blah. It's just a basic solid conditioner, but again, I don't have a use for this product, and I definitely don't feel excited about it in the same way that some of my friends will. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass both of these along without having even opened them or tried them. Here are two other products that I am going to give away without opening. And looking up at the screen, they look really tiny and far away. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Everything else that I have here is smaller than the conditioners. There we go, that's better. You can see them a little bit better, I hope. So both of these are from the brand Joah. This brand kindly reached out and offered to send me a box of stuff. So I have been either trying or deciding not to try a variety of products from their line. It was so sweet of them. I really appreciate getting the chance to try them, but neither one of these compels me enough to even want to open it. The Selfie Ready Hydrating Primer, I just have so many primers, and I have so many primers that I really love. Especially recently, I've had the good fortune to receive the VDL primer. I'm so in love with it. It's an illuminating primer, and I don't tend to like hydrating primers. I don't tend to like lotion-like primers. So I'm just too tempted to give this away in its sealed, unopened state. It still has like the plastic seal on it, because that's really nice to be able to receive. Like, it'll be nice for someone to be able to receive this and know that it's not even been cracked open, it's not even been tried, it's brand new. So I'm perfectly happy parting with this, even though I haven't opened it, because I just know what would happen. I would try it one time, it would either be great or it would be okay, or it would be bad, and then I probably still wouldn't keep it because I have so many primers. And then this is the Birthday Suit eyeshadow palette. It's a little neutral eyeshadow palette. You can see it goes from dark brown to like a beige, and it has mostly shimmers, it looks like. Maybe all shimmers. It might all be shimmers. I just feel like even if this is the best formula in the world, then this would be the best in the world palette of neutral eyeshadows. And I already have neutral eyeshadows that I really love, and I don't want to replace them with this. No matter how good it is, I don't want them to be edged out by it. So I feel a little bit funny about this decision because these were sent to me for review, and this is kind of the first time that this has happened on my channel. It's the first time that I've brought it up. I'm going to need to decide in the future if I will show things, even if I'm not actually trying them, or if that kind of defeats the purpose of PR or defeats the purpose of reviews or what. At this point, I'm showing you guys everything that I reckon with, so I'm showing these to you even though I decided not to try them. And I hope that you'll be able to understand that it's more important to me, it's more gratifying to me to be able to give this away brand new and unopened than it is to meticulously review every single thing that I receive in PR. I hope that that makes sense. Similarly, and in fact, in this case, it makes total sense that I'm not keeping all of these, because only one of them really works for my skin tone. So Urban Decay, this is kind of wild actually. It's a little bit wild to me because I just didn't think that I was like an Urban Decay PR kind of girl. I didn't ever think that a brand like this would be interested in sending me PR, but they did. They sent me this entire range of powders. And I opened this one, which is the universal one, the brush off. I'll actually show you the way that it looks because I feel like the packaging is kind of the thing that's novel here. So you can open the entire thing and just have the powder under there. You can do that if you want to get at it. But then it has this little top part that pops off with a very dense brush, and the powder is coming through its little sifter holes there. So I have tried this. I used it for a couple of Poema photo shoots. It was perfectly fine, and it's a good powder. I just don't, I mean, I used it for those photo shoots because for the Poema photo shoots, I do sometimes set my face if I'm using something kind of dewy because it's easier to blend products on top of it. And setting your face with powder in many cases is great for photography because the powder reflects light and kind of blurs the surface of the skin. But I never set my face in everyday life. And if I feel like I'm wearing a complexion product that's so dewy that it's just gonna smear or drip right off my face if I don't set it, then I go into my very, very sort of faint pressed powder. I have this little pan of pressed Kevyn Aucoin powder. It's a finishing powder, but it's enough to very gently and lightly set my face if I need that. So I just don't need this. I don't need like a big chunky container of super intense setting powder that's designed for like baking and setting. This brush even is like too intense for me. Like it picks up too much product and deposit too much product to my skin. And to be honest, I find the packaging a little bit clumsy. Like this is just, it's not my aesthetic. It's not my jam. It doesn't give me pleasure to see it sitting on my vanity. And so I think I can do without the one that works for me because I already have powder that works for me. And I can definitely do without the 4 that have pigment because even the lightest one of this type of powder, this kind of pigmented powder, usually darkens my face significantly compared to my neck. So I'm gonna take these to the baby shower of a friend of mine that's happening this weekend. I think I'll probably be bringing a number of these products to that baby shower and just covertly giving them away. So these all have little destinies. These all have people who are going to be delighted to receive them, and I'm excited to give each one of these to each one of those people. Oh, this is another thing that I actually didn't open. And that's because Persona sent me 3 glosses. I'll show you the other 2 real quick. So this one's pink, that's the color name, and this one is coral, and this one is honey. And these were sitting to the right of me because they're in the pile of PR that I am keeping. I reckoned with all 3 of them, and these 2 went into the other pile. So honey is, of the 3 of them, the perfect gloss for me because usually when I wear a gloss, I like something neutral, and I love that it's sort of this brown undertoned neutral gloss. I also really, really love the formula and the smell of these. It's just a beautiful gloss. And coral has surprised me. It gives this kind of sultry, sulky, wet red look to my mouth, and I'm, I guess, all about that life. So I'm gonna keep these 2. But I just know by looking, I didn't need to try this on, I just know by looking that this mauve gloss is not distinctive enough and is not me enough for it to be worth keeping. And I was able to try the formula already with these 2 colors that are really special and perfect for me. So I decided not to taint this by swatching it on my lips, and I'm actually gonna give it away to my friend Lauren of the channel Lauren May Beauty. What was it? The last time we saw each other, we were chatting and I told her about these glosses and I was like, oh, actually I have one that I can give to you. And she was like, thanks. So I'm gonna take this and give it to Lauren the next time I see her. Here's another product that I am giving away, not because I don't think it's a nice product or not because I don't like the brand, but just because I have others of the same that work better for me. So this is a brand called Fleur and Bee, and they reached out to me, gosh, maybe a month or 2 ago at this point, and actually sent me their whole range of products. It's a really sweet brand that recently launched, and they launched kind of like a simple I think it's a collection of 5 base products for kind of like a simple and not too expensive skincare routine. And I like it. The website's beautiful, the products are beautiful, and one of the things that they sent is actually also in the other pile. I'll show it to you. So when the products arrived, there were a couple of them in there like this, which is their vitamin C serum, the Nectar of the Sea Rejuvenating Vitamin C Serum. I just didn't need a vitamin C serum at that time. I had one in the fridge that was 3/4 of the way finished, and I didn't want to open a new one and start testing it when I already had one open, especially because I know that vitamin C is kind of a light and air sensitive ingredient. So I kept it all sealed up. By the time I finished the other vitamin C serum, I had been given another one that I really love. So I kind of have realized at this point that I'm just going to be chain using other vitamin C serums. And I don't feel like this one is one that I like really want to try on top of the ones that I've already fallen in love with, especially given that I can give it away again in its sealed and unopened state to someone who doesn't have a vitamin C serum. This, however, the Creme de la Creme Moisturizing Face Cream, I needed a face cream when I got the package. So I did open this, and I'm almost halfway, maybe more than halfway through it. I've been using it almost every night for my nighttime sort of sleeping mask on top of all of my other skincare products at night. And it's great. It is thick enough, but not too heavy. It's just like a perfectly balanced, serviceable, moisturizing face cream. So this one is in the other pile. I'm definitely keeping that. The reason I brought it out is just to show you that I'm not saying that this is like a bad product or a bad brand or something. It's just not practical for me to test the vitamin C serum out. But I think pretty much everything else that they sent me, I am testing out. So all of it will be showing up in future reckonings. Here are 2 more products from the box from Joah that I did try out and that I decided not to keep. So this is the Glow Activator Radiance Primer, and it is like a basic silicone, really slippy, crystal clear silicone primer. It has these little gold flecks in it, which, you know, don't show up on the skin. It's not really about that. It's not really about the gold flecks. They're just for show, I think, in the bottle. But it gives that super smooth, almost like slimy, silicone-y finish to the skin, and that's perfectly fine. I think it's a decent, basic silicone primer. It's very much like the YSL one with the gold flecks. I mean, it's a dupe for that. Like, is it, or maybe it's Guerlain? I don't know. I think maybe they both have one. But it's a dupe for those like high-end gold flecked primers, and it's perfectly fine. I just, again, I have so many primers, and I don't want to add this into my primer drawer. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just too much. You know, it's just on top of everything else, it's too much. And then this, I actually gave a really good try, and I don't like it. It's the Ice Cream Volume and Lengthening Mascara, and it's got this extremely, it's like a hairy brush. Can you see how sort of hairy it is? And you can see like the little fibers. I don't know if you can see those fibers sticking out, but it's a very fiber heavy mascara. And I love mascaras that put a bunch of crazy crap into your lashes and make them like big, whispery, hairy spiders. Like, I love that. Not like thick spider legs stuck together, because that's kind of what this ends up doing. Spoiler alert. What I mean is that I love it when mascaras like build like a fan of volume into your lashes. And this, it has these hefty little fibrous hairs, and they do deposit onto your lashes, but at the same time, the formula is too wet, or it's too something, and it makes the lashes stick together in clumps. So you do end up with like 5 hairy spider legs instead of a bunch of hairy, volumized, floofy, feathery lashes, which is what I want, especially a fiber mascara. That's what I want that to do. And this, I gave it the old college try, you guys. I tried it actually a lot, because by the looks of those intense fibers, you would think that it would give me what I'm after, but it doesn't. So it is going the way of the dinosaur, as Joe says. All right, this is the second to last product. This was given to me at the Scentbird booth at BeautyCon. It's just a little sample of the Scentbird component and a little perfume. So the brand is called Confessions of a Rebel, which I've never heard of before, and the scent is called Get a Room. I think it might be like a Scentbird brand, but I cannot stand the smell. It reminds me of like it reminds me of the bad cologne that some of the men in Tango would wear. I don't know what that, there's this one note in like mass manufactured men's cologne that I really, really don't like. It sort of smells like sour, but also kind of like a wet dog. I don't know. I do not like this Sam I Am. I smelled it, but I didn't even want to spray it because I can tell that it would be repugnant to me. So I don't know who I can give this away. Maybe I'll take this to the baby shower too and be like, does anyone want this? I know that different people react differently to different smells, so maybe I'll be able to find someone who likes the way that this smells. In any case, I'm not going to keep it around. And then lastly, this is a bit of PR that did not get sent to me, but was probably sent to my friend Lauren from the channel Lauren May Beauty. She gave this to me. It's the Ofra Cool as a Cucumber Moisturizing Primer in One. That's such a weird way to phrase it. It's like primer and what in one, because it says a moisturizing primer in one that hydrates, soothes, and smooths. It's not like a moisturizer and primer in one, it's just a primer in one. That's not right, is it? You can't have it in one if there's only one, because it's just a primer. I think what they're trying to say is that it's like a moisturizer and primer in one, and indeed it is a very lotiony primer. So it's a light green, which is probably why Lauren thought that I might like it, because I love green color correcting primers. And it probably does prime, but mostly it's just lotiony. It's very, very lotiony, very hydrating feeling. And I don't like lotiony primers because I put my primer on top of my sunscreen, and my sunscreen is a lotion. So I feel like if I layer on the sunscreen and it sets in, and then I go in with another lotion on top of it, I feel like it sort of rehydrates the sunscreen and picks it up out of my skin, and I don't like that. I like my primers to have enough of like a layering sort of silicone feeling that I feel like they're sealing in my sunscreen, so to speak, and sitting on top of it. So I wanted to like this. It's one of those things that I wanted to like because it looks like it would suit me. It just doesn't. Moisturizing primers aren't for me. So this one is also going to be retired from the Purgatory box, and hopefully I'll find someone who wants to adopt it. So there's everything. I know it's kind of fun to see it all at the end. These are all of the products that I have received in PR recently that I have decided not to keep. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed watching this little video, and I hope that you are remembering to take extra good care of yourself right now so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.